Nearly a decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills.
You know, there are shows out there that are the test of time, I would have to say, because basically, you know, you can watch it over and over again and still enjoy it. And, you know, now with streaming, this is opening up certain shows to even a wider audience, especially here in the US, because there are many shows from overseas that have done their lifespan and did phenomenal, translated to English and many other different languages and done well in their pseudo countries as far as that, here in the US, in South America and Asia, you know, and we're seeing a push on certain streaming sites like PLUTO TV and Tubi TV to push these series again. And one of the big things, you know, that people like there, they do like a lot of the reality series on there. And, you know, one thing I have on there is that I do have a problem on certain reality series. Not all of them, but certain ones. But before we start, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and switch it to all, and you'll receive all of our notifications here on QTCast TV and Man with the Show. Iron Chef. If you're not familiar with the Iron Chef series, and I'm not talking about the Food Network version, which is the American version of it, I'm talking the original 7-season, 295 episode version, which we got 2 seasons out of it here in the US as far as the translated versions of it. It is a great series. This was created by Fuji Television. If you're not familiar with this, I would have to say go out and watch this. It's basically chefs battling each other to see who is supreme. There are what we call Iron Chefs that are in this series that are above and beyond fighting other chefs that are excellent, who work some of the greatest hotels and restaurants throughout the world, and basically they are battling to see who is better, the Iron Chef or the challenger. If you're a fan of this, you know some of the Iron Chefs, which is Iron Chef Chen Kenichi, which is Iron Chef Chinese, Yuta Ishitabe, which is Iron Chef French, Hoyu Sakiai, also French, Masimoto Kobe, Iron Chef Italian, Rashiyu Buro Michiabe, Iron Chef Japanese, and we have 2 others from the Japanese ones, which is Komio Nakimuro and Matsu Haru Motimuro, which is also on there. And you're familiar with the voice out there. If you know the announcer, commentator on there, which is Kenji Fuchi, which is the Japanese version, and Bill Bickard, which does the English translation to this in the American version of this. And of course, we're familiar with the Kitchen Stadium on there, and Chairman Kagi, which is voiced by the flamboyant Takahishi Kagi, excuse me for that one, which you love that every episode where he comes up and he's very strong and potent on here. And the challenges are great because every episode you get a challenge of a different ingredient Some of them are very, basic to simplicity. Others are just way over the top and challenges chefs from all over the world to make a fantastic meal of it. And of course, it is judged by writers, actors, actresses, people who work in the media, and it's every episode. You get a different menu, and it's fantastic when you see some of this stuff. Like I said, there is an American version of this series that was done. It was okay. You had more of the American chefs on there, but this version, the Japanese version on it for Fuji TV, was a better series, I would have to say, on there, because it brought the whole world together, I would have to say. And that was what this was, to bring chefs from all over the world to Kitchen Stadium to challenge us, to bring new type of foods to the table. I mean, some of them, when it came to like eel and squid, and you have to say, I know there was that episode where they did, I think it was an eel ice cream. They added eel to the ice cream, but that's, a flavor in Japan and stuff on there. But you had to think up what, you had to think on the fly to create a lot of this cuisine. And that's one thing I do like the food shows as far as the reality shows themselves. There's a lot of other reality shows that I do not like as far as, because it takes advantage of the people. This, like I said, it brings everybody together, and it's fun to watch. Now you may ask yourself, why do you mention this? Why do you mention it? Well, we got word that PLUTO TV has now added a Iron Chef channel, playing all the translated versions of the Kitchen Stadium battles and the great ingredients and best cooks and formidable Iron Chefs to you in your home 24/7. It's on channel 603 for those of you who enjoy this type of programming on there. And there's one thing I've mentioned, PLUTO TV has some great programming out there. They have some great channels. I've been watching Jeremiah on the Sci-Fi channel on the overnight when I'm working on some of these episodes, when I'm trying to put these episodes together, as far as before we put them on audio and edit them into for your viewing pleasure. So I would take this moment, go over, catch some of these episodes, because I tell you, the intensity of creating it within a certain time, because there is a time limit that you have to go by. This is not something where, you just throw everything together and you say, hey, look, this is good. I mean, we've seen this on Food Network and on the Cooking Channel, basically, a lot of this stuff. But, when you go back to Iron Chef, I mean, this is a series that dates back to the 90s and has had several specials in the early 2000s on there. I mean, this ran from 93 to 99. I mean, me and my friends back in the day, we were watching this. We were watching these series and we enjoyed them because they were very well done. And when they translated it into the English translations that they did, and it was well done. And like I said, the American version, which was Iron Chef USA or Iron Chef America, Gauntlet, Throwdown, they were okay. I mean, there are other versions of them thrown throughout the world. There is one in Israel, Australia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Canada. There are variations of this show. It goes to show how popular this series has been. And like I said, they should bring it back. I think this is one series they should bring back. I don't know how they would do it today in Japan, but to watch these cooks make a fantastic meal just from one ingredient to make a menu from appetizer to meal to dessert, fantastically done. So, PLUTO TV, channel 603, do step in, and get your culinary fascination in, or get your hunger in, because I know every episode, when you watch some cooking on there, you probably have to call in Grubhub or something like that to get something immediately after watching this. So you tell me in the comments below, have you watched this series? Have you seen it before? Have you not seen it before and you're interested to watch it? So tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
それでは発表します。
Today, another exhibition of what makes Chinese cuisine truly world-class. Challenger Sugita, a remarkable display of his Peking-style cooking skills. Iron Chef Chen standing up for Szechuan. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?